Okey, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi. So let's begin with chapter 3 part 1. So this is actually something that you have learned and you dah belajar lah. What you will learn today actually is those if else statement, do, while, for, okay. So this is under topic of the control structure lah. Okay. Topik kita pada hari ni. Okay. And then at the end of this chapter, you should be able to implement selection control using if statements, if else statement. Okay. Okay, if statement, if else statement. Okay. If and. Okay. Then for executing statement repeatedly using while loop. Okay, do while loop. And lastly for, I believe you have learned this before, kan? But I will try to explain as best as I can for you to understand lah. But for you can consider this as revision also, kan? You have learned this previously in other subjects, kan? Okay. So control structure. Normally statements in a program are executed one after the other. Okay. In the order in which they are written. This process is called sequential execution. Sequential maksudnya it will run this on whichever statement yang comes first lah. Okay. For example, dalam week Java week 4, okay. So untuk ni kita akan run mana dulu. Okay, so sequential for this one first, then follow for next, okay. It will run this one first and then next, okay. Kalau dah ada if else, okay, will run this, then it will check this one, okay, betul lah. So it will run in sequential form. Okay. Okay, however, the next statement to execute is not necessarily the next one in sequence. This is called transfer of control. So there is a case or situation we can skip okay. There's a case that I can skip this statement. Okay, for example, okay. So, okay. I want to straight away jump into welcome to Java. Okay. It might happen. It can be done. Okay. So using a selection statement. Boleh dibuat. Okay. So depends on what you want to program or what you want to output. Okay. Java has only 3 kinds of control structures, which from this point forward we refer to as control statements. Okay. So from now on, transfer controller, I will call it as control statements. Okay, we refer to as control statements. So there are three kinds of control statements. Okay, the first one is the sequence statement, which we already use, the sequence statement most of the time. And then we have selection code statements, which is if else, switch case, and repetition statement, which is while, do while, and for. Okay, so every program is formed by combining as many of these statements as is appropriate for the algorithm the program implements. So you can combine, okay? Combine sequence statements, selection statement, and repetition statements in one program in order to develop the whole program, the whole algorithm. Okay. Okay, sequence structure. The computer executes Java statements one after the other in what I just explained right now. The activity diagram in figure 4.1 illustrates a typical sequence structure in which two calculations are performed. Okay. So this one is sequential. Kita akan run this one first. Okay. It will perform counter equal counter plus 1. Okay. This is very basic, eh? Then we move on to selection statements. In Java, we have three types of selection statements. We have if statement. Okay, the first one, which perform selection an action if a condition is true, or skip it if the condition is false. Okay, so whenever the condition is true, normally we determine using Boolean operator, true or false. Okay, or we put a conditional expression, kan? Okay. Contoh. Okay, kan kita ada parenthesis kat sini kan? Okay, this conditional expression will result in true or false. So whenever this condition is true, okay, it will run whatever after that. Here lah. Okay, normally we put bracket kat sini. Whenever you put whatever program inside the bracket, dia akan perform, it will perform here lah. Okay, whenever it is true. Okay. Okay. Okay, so yang second, the if else statement performs an action if a condition is true and performs a different action if the condition is false. Okay. Okay. This one is if, the second one is if else. Let's say for if else, let's say this condition is false. So it won't execute whatever inside here. However, we have else here. Kalau sini false, okay. So meaning that we have two option. Okay. So kat sini lah. Okay. Okay. We also have nested if else, meaning that we have if, then we have else if, then and probably we have else if, and lastly we have else. Kat sini. Okay. We have nested lah. Okay, kita ada itu juga. Okay. So if else ada contoh tak? Okay. Then we have lastly, okay, I will show you after this. Okay. Okay, the switch statement performs one of many different actions depending on the value of an expression. So we use switch case kan. Okay. Okay. This one on one of many different actions depending on the value of expression. So kita bagi action tertentu lah, okay, untuk based on expression, okay. True, kalau true, then akan print something lah, okay. Okay, kita bagi saya contoh. If dulu. So okay, for if input okay. Public hours week 5. Kita nak buat if sahaja if sahaja. Number if parenthesis number 5 0. Okay. If number divisible by 5. Print apa? Nak print apa? Print high 5. System.out. Okay. And if print out system.out.print line high even. Okay. Coba betul tak ni? So I declare integer int number input number input.net integer. Enter integer. System.out.println enter an integer. And integer. And kita delete dulu. Okay. Dan scanner input Scanner input. Satu, dua. Okay. Okay. So so this program prompts the user to enter an integer. If the number is a multiple of 5, the program will display display high 5. Okay. If the number is divisible by 2, it display high even. Okay. So kita enter of integer. Okay, for okay, high even it will print high even. This is if statement lah. If you use this if okay. If kita try another integer. Okay, high 5, high even, another integer. What is that?
Medium. Bukan tadi dekat tu lepas if kan kena letak bracket. Betul tak?
Sebab tu lah tadi saya tanya kan. Ni sekarang saya tanya. Okay, kenapa dia print high 5 dulu then high even? Kalau kita selalunya normally we put bracket lah. Okay, normally for ni, betul?
Ya, madam.
Tapi dia tak error kalau saya tak letak tadi. Okay, now 30. Okay, so dia print decode if dan dia ikut sequence lah. If 30 tadi kita masukkan, we put 30 as integer and the integer we put 30, so 30, okay, 5 boleh keluar true tak? Conditional dia true or false? For this one. The integer 30. True, so dia print high 5. So next dia akan print this one. Dia akan run sini tutup ataupun tadi tak ada pun boleh. If 30 divisible 2, then dia akan print high even. Betul? So kalau this one, kalau saya masukkan integer 3, dia tak ada apa-apa output lah or print apa-apa output. Sebab kita tak arahkan user to kita as kita tak programkan, okay, the output for odd number here. Okay, dia akan run if, then second if. Okay, this one untuk yang for here, if statement. Okay, so for if else. Sekejap, saya buka lampu sekejap. Gelap bilik ni. Okay, so for if else, okay, using the same program, okay, if number I want to change into whenever the output, it will print even and odd. using if else statement. Okay, if number 2 paling senang, okay, boleh divisible by 2, then the system.out.println is even, and we put else here system.out.println. Apa berlaku? Copy ni je, okay. Right, sorry for that. Okay. I want to print tadi is even. Is even. Is even. But is even. Okay, else is odd lah. Else. Okay, betul tak? Ada kurang tak? Error? Tak ada. Okay, cuba. Okay, output, input. Okay, so it will print out and first enter an integer. Okay, we put 30, so it will check here 30 divisible by 2 equal to divisible by 2 sama tak dengan 0. Then it is true, it will print the number. So it will not print this one, the else statement. Yeah. So if else. In your program, in future, okay, you might have if, else if, and last is else. Okay, and last kali. Okay. Tapi kalau banyak-banyak, you might think of using a for loop. Okay. So kalau dah banyak-banyak sangat, terutama dalam decision coding lah, okay. Dalam sistem awak you akan develop nanti ada decision, so you it's not proper, it's not optimized if you use many if else statement. Okay, kita akan opt to choose another selection criteria. Okay. Sebab dia main dengan memory, nanti banyak guna line of code, so it's not optimized. Okay, you have to think of the optimization of your code. Okay, okay, that one is for if else statement. This one, okay, switch nanti saya tunjukkan. Okay, so the if statement is a single selection statement because it selects or ignores a single selection. So the example that I've shown you. Then the if else statement is called a double selection statement because it selects between two different actions. Okay, macam tadi is even, this one lah. Okay, if else. Okay, contoh untuk yang ini, if else statement. Okay, dua pilihan. Sama ada yang buat yang ni, kalau true, dia akan print yang sini. Otherwise, it will print this one for the second. Or otherwise, there is another statement here. Okay, bawah ni. Sekejap. Battery weak pula. Okay. Okay, thank you. Cocok kan? Kat belakang. Okay. Okay. Dah. Okay, this one. Repetition statements. Okay, Java provide 3 repetition statements, also called iteration statements or looping statements, that enable programs to perform statements repeatedly as long as a condition remain true. Okay. The repetition statements are the while, do while, for, and enhance for statements. Okay, and the while and for statement perform the action or group of actions in their bodies 0 or more times if the loop continuation condition is initially false. The action or group of action will not execute. Meanwhile, the do while statement performs the action or group of action in its body 1 or more time. Okay. Jadi ni kita dekat if. Okay, saya go through dululah semua dulu. Nanti saya akan tunjukkan one by one. Okay, the example. Okay, this is for the if statement. If statement is a construct that enables a program to specify alternative path of execution. Okay, ni syntaxnya if boolean expression. Okay, boolean expression yang you want to validate. Okay, and after the brackets your statement or statements. Okay, so ini adalah the flow chart how it execute. So boolean expression, if true then it will print out the statements, if false terus end. Okay, ni untuk if tadi. Okay, so yang tadi if tadi kan. Tadi saya buat tadi if dengan if ni dah saya dah tukar pada else. If tadi, so dia terus dia run yang kedua juga okay. Dan terus kepada end. Okay. Okay, flowchart ni penting sampai bila-bila pun. Okay. Sampai bila-bila pun you belajar flowchart ni, you akan guna flowchart sampai bila-bila. Even saya sekarang pun when I do the consultation with the company, with the development of the system, documentation, the company needs a documentation of the system. So this is a part of documentation that need to provide, okay, to the user. Okay, when we develop something. Okay, let's say macam tadi we develop simple program like this, we need also to submit to our client the documentation. What is inside the documentation? Okay, this one is part of it lah. Okay, a part Selain daripada itu, we also submit system architecture, key database, and so on. This is the business flow and flow of the process. Okay, how the system works. Okay, so jangan tengok aja. Memang ini akan dibawa sampai you end of PSM nanti, and akan guna di waktu you kerja lah. Okay, if you are in the documentation or system analyst part. Okay, so if you are a system analyst, so you need to develop this. Then your programmer will start doing the program. Okay, so if the Boolean expression evaluates to true, the statements in the block are executed. Okay, kalau true, it will print out. As an example, see the following code. Okay, if radius greater than or equal to 0, okay, let's see here. So this is the connection. Oh, sorry. Kertasnya tak besar. Okay. To clear it. Taklah. Okay. This is radius greater than equal to 0, then area true or not, this statement for the calculation you need to put here. Okay. Okay, ni kena ingat lah dan selalu buat. Okay. If false, okay, akan end. Okay. So the flowchart of the preceding statement is shown in figure 3.1b. If the value of radius is greater than or equal to 0, the area is computed and the result is displayed. Otherwise, the two statements in the block will not be executed. Ni two statement here will not be executed. Okay, for if. If else statement decide the execution path based on whether the condition is true or false. The action that a dual selection if else statement specifies differ based on whether the condition is true or false. Okay, for the true case, okay, run here. Okay, check first the Boolean expression. Okay, otherwise it will print this. Okay, for false case. Okay, if radius greater than or equal 0 is true, area is computed and displayed. If it is false, the message negative input is displayed. Okay, ni lah. Oh, saya tercepat satu. Okay. So Boolean expression if true, the left hand side will print out. Okay. If false, this will print. Okay. Contohnya, okay, inilah. Okay. If, okay, the radius is greater than or equal to 0, this will executed and displayed. Okay. Otherwise, it will straight go to the else statement and print out the negative input. Okay. Here ni yang just now what I explained. So as usual, the braces can be omitted if there is only one statement within them. The braces enclosing the system.out.println negative input statement can therefore be omitted in the preceding example. Okay, contohnya ini lah. Then we have another one, nested. Okay, kita ada inner and outer. Okay, if statement. An if statement can be inside another if statement to form a nested if statement. Dalam if ada if lagi. Okay, so the statement in an if or if else statement can be any legal Java statement including another if or else if statement. The inner if statement is said to be nested inside outer if statement. Okay, yang di luar tu dipanggil outer dan di dalam is inner. Okay, the inner if statement can contain another if statement. In fact, there is no limit to the depth of the nesting. Okay, so dia boleh you boleh buat dia makin nested lagi lah. Okay, boleh komplekskan lagi. For example, the following is a nested if statement. Okay. For this one, if I greater than K, if J greater than K, then I and J here are greater than K. Okay. So kita print outkan ni. Both variable I and J is greater than K lah. Okay. Else I is less than or equal to K. Okay. After the Boolean expression ni kita dah buat true or false. Else kita printkan negative statement lah. If J greater than K, statement is nested inside the if greater than K. If J greater than K ni is nested inside the, dia dah already inside. So this is inner, this is outer. Right? And this is example, okay. To implement multiple alternatives, for instance, prints a letter grade according to the score with multiple alternatives. If score greater than equal to 90, it will print out A. For your carry marks for your subjects, okay. Then if else if score will be, okay. Ni dia punya condition lah, okay. Check one by one. Okay. If score 60, D 70. Else F, okay. And this one is the flow chart. Okay, it will show like this. Okay, bezalah flow chart dia dengan flow chart if dan if else. Okay, so because they're nested. Okay. Okay, and switch case. Okay, switch case if a switch statement executes statement based on the value of a variable or an expression. Okay. Java provide a switch statement to simplify coding for multiple condition. Okay. Contoh compute text for single filters. Okay. This one status apa nak status compute text for single filers, compute text for married, jointly or qualified widow or widower, compute text for married filing separately. You category status apa? Which status you are? You are in status case 1 or case 2 or case 3 or case 4. Okay. Otherwise, it will print out error invalid status. Okay. Saya bagi, okay, saya dah boleh bagi contoh kot. Okay. I will show you the example for if else if nested while. Okay, mula-mula saya okay, this one dah boleh Java util. Okay, still here. Okay, we still have a public class. Okay, the class we have public static void main string humans. Scanner, we have scanner input. Still have use this one. Adalah. Okay, scanner input. And we okay, enter your age and declare your age. Integer age equal to input dot next integer, then system dot out dot Okay. And your age is age. Okay. So I put input dot close. Okay. Then integer I equal to if to 0. Integer I equal to 0. Kita guna while ni sekarang. Okay, show you the example. I less than or greater than 10. So what I want to print out, enter your age. We want to check. Okay, enter your age. Okay. Then if you use while, so I declare integer I equal to 0. So we start with I equal to 0. Okay. Same as what you have learned previously in C, C++. Okay. So we run while. We start with I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10. It will run this statement, enter your age. Then you must put I plus plus here. Okay. Remember? Ingat lagi? Okay, naikkan ke atas. Cukup. Curly bracket. My bracket is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, boleh agak. Okay. So enter your age. Then how many it will print out the enter your age here? Berapa banyak kali dia akan printkan?
11.
Sebab dia 10, 10 with plus with 0 sebab I start with 0. Okay, nampak? Masih ingat lagi nampaknya? You all semua? Bagus. Okay, so this is how you write while in Java. Okay, boleh? Then if you want to use want to change while into if the question asks you to change into else if. Kalau if I change if I less than 10. If I less than 10. Okay, I put here integer I 7. Dah tak ada lah sebab tak guna while. System.i.print9. Ni dah tak ada, kita komenkan dia dulu sebab kita tak guna. Just want to show you. Right here. If ni. Okay, kita buat else if I less than 8. So okay. Kalau I less than 8, kita print enter your name lah pula. Okay. Dia jadi tak? If, if, else if, else. Okay, sekarang variable kita I equal to 7. So you put as if I less than 10, it will print out enter your age, else I less than 8, enter your name. Okay, 7 kurang daripada 10, kurang daripada 8. Both true. Betul.
Betul.
Tapi dia run yang mana?
Yang atas tu je.
Apa ni?
Medium.
Ya.
Ada orang request dan dia terkeluar.
Dia auto kan? Saya dah auto. Dah masuk kan?
Alright, dah.
Alright. Don't worry, saya dah setkan as auto and attendance jugalah. Ni kenapa error ni? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, tak payah. No lah pula ni. Oh, ada. Alright. Okay, tengok apa akan print. Enter your age. Dia akan print first. Dia akan print yang ni tak?
So itu else if.
Dia walaupun true, dia tak print, dia tak print out this one, this statement, kan? Else if, okay, kita buat satu lagi. Normally we will do the exit lah, okay? Kita tak biarkan dia selalunya tergantung begitu sahaja. So we exit the program, okay? Kalau you buat program pun, kalau you using the program, also ada button exit kan, okay? Okay, so exit. Okay, ni dia akan print apa?
Exit.
Dia akan print dia akan print first ni dulu lah. I equal to 7, 7 true if, okay. Dia dah tak buat sini kan, else if dia tak print exit. So jangan keliru. Macam mana nak printkan exit? How you want to?
Kena input nombor lain kot.
I tukar I lebih dari 10.
Okay. Okay? Correct. Saya rasa you all semua dah faham kot. And boleh jawab soalan test dengan jaya ni kot. Ni seantara saya bagi
InsyaAllah, madam.
dalam saya embed kan sikit-sikit, okay. Bunyi-bunyi testnya. Okay. But don't worry, I will conduct we have another extra class kan before you enter for the test, 24. So 23 tu we go and discuss about the test, alright? Okay, so another one. Itu tadi. Okay. So this one. Okay, for loop. Nanti saya akan tunjukkan. Okay. So ini adalah actually the explanation for switch. Okay. Okay. Switch expression. Okay. For loop can be used to tell a program to execute statements repeatedly. Okay. Suppose that you need to display a string welcome to Java 100 times. It will be tedious, okay, to have to write the following statement 400 times. So you use loop. Okay. Using a loop statement, you simply tell the computer to display a string 100 times without having to code the print statement 100 times. So you no need to have 100 lines of code. Okay. Okay, this one I already show you the while coding. Okay. While execute statements repeatedly while the condition is true. So tadi while tadi loop continuation condition. Okay. Okay, the condition tadi I less than apa tadi, I less than or equal to 10. Okay, the while example just now I show you. So if true, this the print statement enter your age kan tadi, enter your age. Then until because we declare I equal to apa tadi, I plus plus and I equal to 0. So I 1 sampai until 10 here, I equal to less than or equal to 10, less than or equal to, still okay, still print the statement sebab tu ada 11 tadi kan. Then naik atas plus plus dia jadi 11. So I less than or equal to 10. So it becomes false. So the n. Okay. And then okay, for this is another example. Integer count equal to 0 while count less than 100, then it will print welcome to Java. Okay. So until lah dia count plus plus sampai 101. 101 dia dah jadi false. Okay. Okay. And do while pun sama. Okay, a do while loop is the same as while loop except that it execute the loop body first and then check the loop continuation condition. Okay, macam ni lah. Okay, so bila we have what we have here, integer sum, integer data and integer sum. So enter an integer, the input ends if it is 0. So do, okay, skin then the sum kan, the sum is, ni dia buat apa ni? Apa perbezaan daripada do while loop and while loop? Here. What is the kalau soalan tanya suruh you translate while statement to do while statement or vice versa. Given to you do while loop, then translate to while loop or for loop. So yang inilah, the loop body is executed first. Okay, the loop body here is executed first. Okay. Then the loop continuation condition is evaluated. If the evaluation is true, the loop body is executed again. If it is false, the do while loop terminates. Okay. So while dia kat dia punya the condition is below, okay, is outside of the loop, okay, condition, then baru check. But you need to run this first, okay, then check while data I equal I less than 10 or not. Kalau true, baru naik balik. Kalau tak, dia print out kan as tadi. Ni saya translate while into do while. Welcome to Java lagi. Okay. So the question will be like that. Okay. So you have to understand, okay, the use of each. Okay, the selection. If else, while, and do while. Lastly, for lah, for loop. Okay, for loop ni paling selalu kita akan gunakan. Okay, sebab program yang simple boleh kita gunakan. If else, seperti saya terangkan, else, if nested if, while, do while. Kalau tak, kita akan gunakan for loop. Okay. A for loop has a concise syntax for writing loops. Okay. Guna loop. A for loop can be used to simplify the preceding loop as I equal to initial value, I less than the initial and the end value, and I plus plus. Okay. Then the loop body. Okay. So in general, the syntax for a loop is I equal to 0, tadi sama dalam while tadi. I less than 100, if true, akan print out welcome to Java, I plus plus, then loop until 101, dah plus plus 101, so it's false, then end. Okay. And if tadi while statement, okay, sama juga, okay, tapi dia for ni lebih takkan gunakan lah. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan? Kalau ada error, you can WhatsApp me. I think this is the end of our session.